Okay, we're done with the front side of the panel. Don't worry about your granny squares being a little bit cupped up like this. Once we attach them together, you can see it kind of gives the pouch, it's like a little bit of volume, which is also nice because this kit comes with a little zipper liner that also goes inside the pouch. So don't worry about it cupping up like this. When we're all done, we can give it a little bit of a press with a warm iron.
Using my orange yarn, I'm going to work single crochets around the panels to attach the two of them together. Before I start crocheting, first I'm going to identify my chain 1 spaces that function as the corners and use that to line up both panels. So with the wrong sides facing in, I'm going to lay my blue panel on top of my orange panel. I'm going to line up the corner chain 1 spaces. Next, I'm going to attach my yarn to the corner chain space on the west side of my pouch. I flipped over to the orange side so y'all can see what I'm doing a little bit better and zoomed in. So inserting my hook into the first panel, then in the second panel in the chain 1 space. I grab my orange yarn, do a yarn over, leaving a 4 to 6 inch tail, and then pull that yarn over through both sets of loops on my hook. And then I'm going to do a chain 1 and a single crochet in that chain 1 space. And now I'm ready to work my 13 single crochets across the west edge of my pouch. This technique is really handy for joining any two pieces of single crochet where you want a visible seam that is attractive and is also really durable. I'm going to go through this section at regular speed so you guys can really see what I'm working on here. I'm going to repeat this process on 3 sides of the pouch. So I've just finished my 13th single crochet across the west edge, and now I'm going to do one single crochet into the chain 1 corner space and then work another 13 single crochets across the south edge of my pouch. I'm going to speed through this section because it's the same as the last side that we just worked. Once I've worked my 13 across the south edge, I do a single crochet in the chain 1 space in the corner, and then I move on to the east edge of my pouch and work another 13 single crochets. Alrighty, now I am on the east side of my pouch, and this is the last side where I will be working both of these panels together because we need to leave a opening on the north side of the pouch. Okay, I've worked my single crochets joining the 2 panels on 3 sides, and now I'm going to work 13 single crochets across the front side of the panel with a slip stitch in the corner, and then I'll come back around and work 13 single crochets on the orange side of the panel and then slip stitch to the beginning so that I can create a nice sturdy opening for my pouch. Now that I've worked through my first few single crochets on this blue side, I'm going to speed through the rest of this until I get to the corner. Remember, we're working a total of 13 single crochets. Okay, I've just worked my 13 single crochets, and now I'm at the corner where I first started joining these 2 sides together, and I'm going to work a slip stitch to close off this side, and then I'm going to work back across the orange side. Alright, I'm flipping my pouch over to the other side, and I'm going to work 13 single crochets across the orange side. Alright, I've worked my 13 single crochet, and to close off this opening, I'm going to work a slip stitch into the beginning of the join, snip off my yarn and just pull the tail through, cinch it down tight, and then I'm going to weave my tails in. Okay, now that I have completed this section, I'm going to turn my pouch inside out, thread my tapestry needle with one of the tails, and weave in the tails on the inside of my pouch so they're not visible, and I'll trim the ends. Once we're done with this section, we will move on to sewing your zipper lining to the crocheted pouch. So meet me in the next video for that. We're almost there, y'all.